Hey guys, Ash here from C4 Tech along with my co-host Sundar, and welcome to another episode of Ash Answers after a
couple of weeks
break.
Yeah. So Ash Answers is a show where we answer the questions that you ask on Twitter using the hashtag Ash Answers.
So without further ado, let's get to the questions.
Snapdragon 630 and Snapdragon 660 will be as popular as the Snapdragon 625 and 626. Agree or disagree, and why?
So basically last week Sundar and Harris did shoot Ash Answers, but we never aired it because, well, I did check out and there were a few issues, and this is one of the questions that caused the issue. So yeah, I'm gonna let Sundar answer this.
No, actually you can answer this.
Okay, so yeah, they might not be as popular as the 630 and 625. The reason being, from the 617 and the 650, 652, there was only one upgrade option. So brands that did 650 last generation, this generation had to go with 625 because there wasn't a clear-cut successor to the 650, 652. So 650, 652 and the 615, 16, 17 were like the same generation. With the next generation, the 14 nanometer FinFET processors, we only had the 625. But now again, there are two branches available. You get the 630 and the 660. So we're gonna see the lower mid-range phones use the 630, and the more premium mid-range phones like say Oppo R11 that we've seen already use the 660. Maybe Xiaomi could use the 660 in one of their phones, probably the Note 5, maybe, just maybe.
Note 5, I guess that'll be 630 then.
Why?
625 to 630.
That's exactly what I've been trying to say. It was 650 to 625. It wasn't 617 or 616. They have used 615 chips in the past on the Mi 4i.
Yeah.
But then it was 650. The higher end 6 series is what they used in the Note 3. And the Mi Max 650 Prime had like the 652.
Right.
So from that, they didn't have an option. So they had to go 625. Now maybe they could come back. It could go either way. So overall, the answer to this question is together the 630 and 660 might outsell the 625 or 626. But by itself, each device, because it's a fork of sorts, I don't see them individually outselling the 625.
Should I buy Moto G5 Plus or CUK C2 Plus?
So what is it that you want? Do you want
better performance or better camera performance?
Yeah, Sundar would have explained it better in his video. Top phones under 15,000.
There are other options too you can look at.
Yep.
Do you guys read all the tweets and the YouTube comments you receive? Who reads them?
It used to be me and only me, but now we're kind of sharing the workload. Shahrukh and Sundar read them too, and we take turns replying back.
Yeah, I mean, I used to read YouTube comments from my, I used to read YouTube comments and reply
only
from
on
my
his
account.
videos.
And Ash Answers, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And right now, we're all using the C4 Tech account.
Yep.
Yeah, on Twitter and YouTube. Should I go for more RAM or better graphics for editing on a laptop?
See, for editing, the priority is always going to be CPU. So you get the one with the best CPU possible. Between RAM and graphics, you could go either way. Both are useful. If you're a little bit of a gamer, I'd probably lean towards getting better graphics. And RAM, as long as you have 8 to 16 gigs of RAM, that should be more than enough.
In every camera review, we see a Duke bike. Whose bike is it? Mine. It's actually a KTM RC, not Duke. It's an RC 390. 9 months old, decent condition.
That's how he got this USB port on his hand.
It's kind of gone. No,
it's kind of gone. That is a brilliant comment, right? And Sundar's gone so techie that he now has a USB port on his hand. I laughed my ass off.
9 months old, decent condition, Google Pixel at 15K. Steal? What do you guys think?
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Pixel is still an amazing phone. It's got a 1080p display, the Pixel itself. So 1080p with the Snapdragon 821 is going to be extremely powerful.
Great camera.
Yep. So if the phone's condition is good enough, then yeah.
Lenovo will be using stock Android on its phones now onwards. What is your take on it? Will it be more like Motorola?
So yeah, this is the comment that we got. As in, like when I tweeted this out, one of the comments we got was like, now Lenovo is too lazy to even develop their own UI. I mean, it's a welcome move. I'm happy that they're doing it. Hopefully this means they can send out security patches faster. And of course,
even updates.
Updates, they are stuck to their one and done policy. So yeah, hopefully more security patches, and hopefully, I mean, see, with Lenovo, it's just frustrating because, you know, they aren't updating the existing phones, but they have launched so many phones. Just look at it, right? You look at the Moto G. It was one phone under Google. It was a G. Now we have the G, the G Play, the G Plus, and now we've got a S variant to it. And look at the X. That was the flagship. But now we've got a X Play, and then there's a Z, there's a Z Force, there's a Z Play. I mean, it's just so diluted. I mean, I'm okay with giving options, but when Moto does this, when they give so many variants, the ones that aren't really selling well hardly get any updates at all. And even those that do, they've got their one and done policy. And now for something like a Z2 Force, which is like a very, very expensive phone, I would expect at least 2 updates, right? But is Motorola going to give that? Is Lenovo going to let Motorola give that? Remains to be seen. So, but that said, you know, going stock at least makes their job easier, and hopefully we see some change from Lenovo Moto going forwards, or rather Lenovo.
Is Samsung's pricing strategy on S8 backfiring on them? Expectations on how much Note 8 and 7S Plus would cost in India?
I doubt it's going to be called the 7S Plus. It's going to probably be the iPhone 8, right?
Yeah, and there actually could be a 7S and a 7S Plus too, apart from the iPhone 8.
Okay, probably. Yeah. So
with the same huge bezels, ugly bezels.
Yeah, he tries to say that on cam.
I do mean it.
As far as the Note 8 goes, I don't see Samsung's pricing strategy backfiring on them, because they haven't really cut prices this time around. It's not like how it was a few years back. And Samsung is moving a reasonable number of units. So as far as the Note 8 goes, I'm expecting it to be priced somewhere around the late 50s.
65.
I'm going to go 58.
More than the S8 Plus at least.
S8 Plus would drop by that time to 54, 53-ish.
Okay.
And this would probably come at 59
and 90. The Note 7 launched at 60K, right?
I know, but then the Note 7, they would probably not try to tread that ground. Given what happened with the Note 7, they would want to...
Okay.
I mean, going 65, if the Note 7 was a success, then yeah, in all probability they'd go 65. But given what happened to the Note, and there are some people... I mean, I don't think people should be, but then there are some people who would have that negativity associated with the Note series, so they would probably try 58,990 is what I'm guessing. Or if they go 65, they'd have to throw in a bunch of stuff, probably like VR and stuff. But
wireless charger.
Yeah, that hasn't worked in India.
Yeah.
So I highly doubt they'd go over 58 or 59,990, which in itself is quite expensive. That's like
not
almost 2
wouldn't be as
1+5s.
expensive as the 7S Plus would be. That would be around 70K.
Probably. But you'd still want it. You wouldn't buy it, but you'd want it. You'd want me to buy it and then say you want to review it and then use it for 6 months.
Is it okay to buy phones from eBay deals? They offer phones at low prices. Are they genuine? What are your thoughts?
So eBay deals, generally the sellers are genuine, but those are mostly imported phones.
Look at the seller ratings actually.
No, eBay deals is what eBay handpicks.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so those are generally decent sellers. You need to have certain kind of ratings to actually be eligible to be listed on eBay deals. So more often than not, the seller's fine, but it doesn't hurt to be safe. So do check the seller ratings. But these phones are mostly imported. There are rare occasions where you do get something with Indian warranty, but mostly the title goes imported. So if you don't care about warranty, you can pick it up.
And some sellers maybe list them saying it's a deal. Deal 11, deal 12. I've seen a lot of the deal.
No, that's eBay deals.
Yeah, but you said we won't be able to use coupons.
Yeah.
But I was able to use one of them.
Probably you had a coupon that was able to be used, but in general you can't.
Okay.
On deals you can't use
So they're
coupons.
not allowed to list it as a deal.
I don't know. I really don't know. But as far as I know, if it says deal, generally eBay has their own deals page.
Okay.
Over there you get a few deals. I guess that's what he's talking about. Not a seller just throwing in deal for SEO.
Okay.
So on those you wouldn't be allowed to use coupons.
What are your thoughts on Moto E4 Plus?
Okay, sorry to go back to the last question. So generally when you do see a deal, also search for coupons, because generally eBay always has like 7 to 10% off.
Yeah, 7 to 10%.
Sometimes 6 or 5, but they always have some coupon or something running. So do check that out, and sometimes maybe something that's not on a deal per se, with the coupon would work out lesser, because with the ones that are on deals, you can't use coupons at times. So if you can use coupons with the deal, that's great. But if you're not allowed to, do check out what's the same
other
product.
listings as well.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Moto E4 Plus?
Yeah, we gotta review that, but then somebody...
So yeah, somebody broke it, kind of broke it. It still works perfectly fine. And so yeah, I've been using it for the past couple of weeks.
No. He drives a Jaguar. So if I take a Jaguar and I break the windows, it would still run perfectly fine. Would you be totally okay with it? I mean, I'm just curious.
See, my bike is equally damaged, right?
I don't care about your bike. We're talking Jaguar here.
I don't have the back brake right now. The rear brake is not. I mean, the brake
I didn't break it.
You didn't.
Okay, that's on you.
Accidents happen.
USB ports get created on palms.
So yeah.
Okay, so E4 Plus, he's using it.
I didn't go in expecting a lot from this phone, because it's got the same 6737 chip found on the Nokia 3, and he didn't have a very good experience with the Nokia 3. Okay, he had a bad experience with the Nokia 3. Yep. Let me not sugarcoat it. So yeah, that's how much I expected from this phone, and actually it performs better than I expected. Much better than I expected. It's
6737, it's Nokia.
I mean, what?
So the issue is not 6737.
Yeah, probably. But given that it's stock Android, I don't get it. Even this one's stock Android.
Yeah, but then what happened on your C Plus versus Nokia 3 speed test?
The C Plus was a bit faster, but the memory management was better on the Nokia 3. So the Nokia 3 ended up winning the test.
Okay.
So this is performing fine for day-to-day usage, like WhatsApp, social media, and whatever you do, browsing the web and all. For all that, it's more than. I mean, it's kind of okay. It's quite good. But when it comes to watching videos, I couldn't even watch 720p videos smoothly. I mean, it's getting started everywhere. Or maybe it's our videos. I watched one of our videos.
It is.
I mean, we upload at 60 frames per second, right? So maybe 720p 60 is not able to play, and 1080p.
Anyway, guys, just be patient. Give it another 4 or 5 months, and you'd come out of the review.
But the battery life is excellent. It's awesome.
5,000 mAh battery, dude. It's gonna be excellent.
Easily gives me around 2 days of battery life. If you had to choose between Lenovo P2 and Zenphone 3, which would you choose for regular use, based on durability and tight budget?
So I would probably go P2 if I don't really care about camera
durability
a lot.
And tight budget. Tight budget, definitely the P2.
P2, but here's the but, right? The camera is a lot better on the Zenphone 3.
Yeah, it's awesome. Zenphone 3 is like...
It's the same sensor, the same optics as what's found on the Mi 5, and the Mi 5 has a brilliant camera.
Yeah.
So the Zenphone 3 has a great camera, and right from the start, little by little. Okay.
How do you even find time to look at the viewfinder?
I just find time to say, guys, I don't want to be sitting like this. Hey. So this is the center point, and I'm already so far away. So first time I checked the viewfinder, it was like this. The next time I look at it, it's like this, and then he goes this. So anyway, the Zenphone 3 has excellent optics. So that stabilization, the 4-axis stabilization, that's extremely good. If video shooting is something that you'd want to do, then it's Zenphone 3. The P2, the last time we used it, I highly doubt Lenovo actually updated a phone and fixed an issue. They probably cause issues when they update phones. But then again, the last time whenever we tested it, video quality wasn't good. As in, there was a lot of focus hunting, focus issues where there was quite a bit of it. But for still images, it's perfectly fine. The battery life is insane. There's nothing better than a P2 with regards to battery life. The Zenphone 3 will give you 1 day even with heavy usage, but the P2 would give you 2 days with heavy usage. Hell, if you could, use it moderately, just social media and a little bit of photos and stuff like that, you'd get 3 days easy. Yeah. So that's the P2, overkill with battery life. And AMOLED displays, it's got that going for it. And of course, it's got budget going for it. But if cameras are anywhere close to priority, if you even want to shoot videos from time to time, then it's the Zenphone 3 period.
Sundar's done a pretty good job these days, really. It's good to see a video daily from C4E Tech channel. Keep it up, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That wasn't a question. Why did I pick it? I mean, I appreciate the tweet and all, but okay, move on to the next one. I think it leads up to the next one.
Where's Ash? Did he leave C4E Tech?
I'm here.
He's never gonna leave C4E Tech. Sundar, to be frank, please say how many phones you've broken. Hashtag SundarTheDestroyer.
So basically, guys, Sundar has broken only one phone more than me. Just one more than me. That's it. So my track record over 6 years is I have kind of messed up 3 phones. And Sundar has messed up 4. I mean, but then again, I've reviewed around 70 phones. Sundar has reviewed 7.
No, you might have messed up more phones the way I did.
Yeah?
I mean,
I don't dent phones. I've
never broken any screens.
You did. What was the Mi 5?
Mi 5, okay.
He has never broken any screens. And I've broken one screen. That's the Galaxy S3, like, what is it, 4-5 years back. The Note Edge. Yeah, that was because I was on your bike.
He forgets a lot of phones that
No, I don't. See, I got the, okay, yeah, so the S3, the Note Edge, and now the, what is that now? The A7 2016.
Ah, yeah, A7
whatever.
2016.
That's it.
Yeah. Mi 5, it was when I was trying to get a thumbnail.
It doesn't matter what you were trying to do.
It does.
Okay.
I mean, when you could blame me for breaking the Note Edge because you borrowed my bike.
So then, okay, then let's swap it. You take the Note Edge, then the Mi 5 is on me.
Yeah, either way, it doesn't.
So that's 4 out of 7, 3 out of 70. Or 100, I don't know how many reviews we've done.
How much time does it take to render an episode of Ash Answers and a normal video on that awesome PC?
So Ash Answers takes around 30 minutes. It's like 70% of the runtime.
Okay, wow.
So if it's like 40 minutes, 40-minute episode, it would take somewhere around 30 minutes, 28 minutes. And if it's like a 20-minute episode, probably 15 minutes.
If only we had a Mac.
See, the fanboy in him creeps out at times.
Samsung's put the same chip on the J7 Pro and priced it at 21K, which is on the J7 NXT that's priced at 13K. Why so?
So guys, it's not just the chip that matters, it's the optics, it's the display being used, and all that, right? So it's a much higher resolution display, it's better optics.
Much better optics.
Many more sensors. The J7 NXT is basically sensor free. I mean, it's like, bacteria free water, it's a sensor free phone. So it's all there. So it's basically, I don't know why Samsung would do it, but probably they have an abundance of 7870s lying around and they want to clear stock.
Maybe that's why they even introduced the J7 NXT, a new J7 phone. Updates about apartment hunt.
So guys, this is where it's at. So I took time off. I'm still not back completely. I'm still, this is more of I'm kind of the part-timer now. So I would be popping in and out for videos, and maybe I'd shoot the videos and Sundar would finish them off. So the script would be mine, the delivery would be mine, but then the B-rolls and everything would be Sundar. So if you don't like the visuals on the videos, you could always blame Sundar. So yeah, apartment hunt. So this is what's happened. We found a place, looks good. We've spoken to the owner. We finalized on a price. So I had a little bit of tax work to get done, which I did get done in the last week or so. And the loan application has been filled in, and now we are waiting on the bank to come and do the verification and stuff. Again, the lawyer work for the house, that's also done. Getting the papers verified and stuff. I'm gonna say stuff. Okay. So now waiting for the loan process to be done, and once the loan process is done, so till that's done for a week and a half, I would be relatively free. But once that's done, then the entire
shifting
interiors.
process.
We need to get the interiors done, and there's a lot of work that needs to happen in the place before we can move. That would take a month or so. So I'd have to take time off then. But then again, after I saw Ash Answers last week, I thought, you know what? I'll get in front of the camera for a bit.
Should we believe in Samsung Note 8 after a Note 7 fiasco?
Yes.
There was a yes from there.
Yeah. So see guys, this is what it is, right? The Note 7 happened. Okay, no one's denying it, it happened. But what did Samsung do? They did recall all units, and hell, even in a country like India where the phone never officially launched, they still took my imported unit back. I mean, yes, I did pay around 70 grand for it, and yes, they only paid me 60k back. I mean, that's fine, but what more can a brand do than recall? So, and after that, you know, Samsung being Samsung has launched probably what 100 phones till then.
Yeah.
I mean, since then, I don't know, probably realistically at least 25-30 phones, and none of them have combusted. So I'm
besides,
hoping
they're also rumored to play it safe by
going with a
adding
smaller
in
battery.
3300 mAh
Yeah.
battery, rumored. Are AMD processors as worth as Intel ones?
So in the mid and higher end segments, and including gaming PCs, I feel they're very competitive. But today we were looking at building a media PC kind of thing. I mean, for basic usage, something around the 20k mark. And Ryzen does not have an iGPU. So the Ryzen 3 does not have an iGPU. The Ryzen 1s don't. The APUs haven't come out yet. So in that segment, probably a Pentium, what is that?
G4560.
The 7th gen.
The one we used on our 30k PC
30k
build.
PC build, yes. So that makes a lot more sense. But then again, AMD for the first time in years is extremely competitive, and I can't wait for Threadripper to get here. I have half a mind to build myself a PC, though I don't need one. The 5960X is working perfectly, but come on, it is what? 16 cores, 32 threads. And maybe then when somebody asks me for rendering times, I can go like half of this. Wouldn't change a lot.
And there would always be someone who's gonna ask, can it run Minesweeper? It can. After facing such high level of criticism from fans, will Sundar be able to regain the courage to clean shave again? I'm gonna have to repeat the answer.
Repeat it.
Repeated. Okay, fine. I never had the courage to clean shave, guys. It was a tragedy, an accident. And I'm never gonna get the courage.
Guys, just think about it, right?
I was just trying to, I was trimming my beard, and then halfway through, it ran out of charge. What was I supposed to do?
Just go out to a shop.
Go out with like half trimmed beard, it would look crazy. So I decided to shave everything off. But then I didn't have a razor.
Yeah.
That was that's another story. So I came here. I used his shaver actually. With another razor, I wasted 300 rupees.
He used a different blade. Okay. So yeah, that's too much information. Let's not get into all that. So anyway, coming back, here's the. What was I about to say? I was about to say something, and he
cut you off.
Cut me off. Oh yeah. So yeah, razor. Oh yeah. So this is what it is, right? So guys, somebody leaves for lunch. They're supposed to be back in an hour. They're not back in an hour. And you get a text saying something very important came up. What is that?
It's a huge problem.
That's a huge problem. I would be late. So what do you expect? Some fight at home, probably parents' issues, or somebody he knows met with an accident. I don't know, something like that. And you don't really, I didn't even call him back or anything. I'm like, okay, man, cool, come whenever you can. He comes in like a couple of hours later with, looking like this. Okay, like what? Yeah, it was a big issue. My trimmer ran out of charge. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it was a big issue to me. See, have you ever seen me like how I looked 2 weeks
Dude,
back?
I've known you since like you were like, yeah, hi.
Okay, before I started growing beard, but that's a different thing.
And in case you guys haven't seen him like that,
no.
Here you go.
No. Which one should I go for? J7 Max or J7 Pro? Highest priority is performance.
So basically the J7 Max and the J7 Pro have the same chip inside.
Actually, they don't.
Yeah, this is exactly what you said last week.
Did I?
Here's a clip from that video.
Fact is, the J7 Max and the J7 Pro sport the same chipset, the Exynos 7870.
So here's the fun fact, right? J7 Max, the J7 NX3, when he was writing the script, I was like, dude, are you sure of I mean, I was kind of confused on if it's the J7 Pro or the J7 Max, which had the 7870. So I was like, are you sure? He's like, no, it's the Max. No, it's the Pro. And he was already a little confused. And then this episode comes up and he goes,
see, that conversation is what made me answer like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been confused in the first place.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I mean, that's how many phones Samsung has used, 7870, and that we are all so damn confused.
NXT, J7 Pro, J7 2016, probably on J7 2017 too.
Prime.
Galaxy A3.
Prime.
2017, yeah. J7 Prime.
Yeah.
A3 2017.
So it's kind of a lot of confusion. So anyway, highest priority is performance. Get the J7 Pro.
7870 versus P25.
P20.
P20.
7870.
Okay.
It's well rounded. It's much better optimized.
Okay.
It's a better phone.
Hardest part of being a tech YouTuber in India?
So again, a question that I saw on last week's Flash Answers. But anyway, the hardest part of being a tech YouTuber in India is units, and more units. So here's what it is, right? You don't get access to the phones you want to cover, whether it's a Galaxy S8 or a LG G6 or a HTC U11. People are like, why don't you cover the LG G6 or the U11? I'd love to, but then again, they launched so late in India, and the kind of demographic, the number of people who want to watch it is very little, because whoever is extremely interested in these phones have already watched it, when it launched in the US. It's not like a few days later, it's like a month later. So over a period of a month, you've already seen MKBHD, Linus, Detroit Borg, Michael Fisher, Techno Buffalo. You've seen everybody cover it, and it's not like one video. You've seen like not just the mainstream ones. You've seen like 30-40 videos on it already, and then we put out a video. It's not gonna rank, nobody's gonna watch it. So then even if I import it, it's still gonna take me a week and a half to get it. So that way, the phones I want to cover, I can't. That's why I go a lot down the Chinese route, because then a lot of the Western market they don't cover the Chinese phone. Yeah. So it becomes easier for me. And again, here's the hand.
It's not.
You're exactly on the line.
No.
Yes, you are. Now you moved.
No, I swear I didn't.
Okay, you can stay that way. Okay, so it helps us put out videos that people want to watch. So that's why we go down the Chinese route. But then again, I would love to cover a G6 or a HTC U11 or a Xperia XZ as soon as it launches. But that's a difficulty. And again, another thing, a recent trend with the Indian market is brands kind of are getting a little too kind of dominating with regards to what they want with coverage. Again, I'm not going to name brands, but if you see, there are a few phones that you don't see any coverage on. That's because brands know that's not a great phone and they don't want to send a review unit out. And again, sometimes, you don't talk directly to brands, you talk to PR. So it might be a brand directive, but then again, you can't directly blame brands because they can always pass it off as a PR misunderstanding. So you have, when you're talking to PR and they give you the specs of the phone and you go, this doesn't sound great. And then you don't get a unit and you call them up. Yeah, I thought you said it doesn't sound great. That's why we didn't send you a unit. I'm like, okay, I didn't say I don't want to cover it. I'm like, but you said it doesn't sound great. Then why would you want to cover it? I'm like, I'm not running an advertising channel. I'm running a tech review channel. So I would want to review it. And then they send it. They make sure they delay it. And sometimes they just don't want to send the phone flat out. So it wasn't like this a year back. But nowadays, it's becoming more and more, you guys can see the trends, I'm pretty sure. So it's becoming a little bit more restrictive. And there are still some decent brands. Some brands who don't do it. Yeah, that's that. So that's probably the hard parts of being a tech YouTuber in India.
All right. That's it.
For you, it's waking up in the morning, not breaking phones in the day. And
no, waking up in the morning, that's it. That's the hardest part of being a tech YouTuber. That would be...
Not breaking phones would probably be the hardest part for you.
That's it. Anywhere, not just in India.
After the E4 Plus, oh yeah, for you it will be all over, yes. After the E4 Plus, he goes like, I'm not going to review any phones anymore. I'm like, dude, what am I...
That's what I said even before the E4 Plus review.
Okay, next question.
That's it.
So those are all the questions that Sundar picked for this episode of Ash Answers. Okay, those are all the questions that I picked for today's episode of Ash Answers. So that's it, guys. Sorry about the break. I'm going to try to Again, like I said, I might not be around a lot, but I'm gonna be always here in spirit. That sounds so cheesy.
So,
but yeah, I'm gonna be here
behind the scenes.
Yeah, so I'm not totally gone, right? So when you don't see me on cam, it's just that I'm not doing most of the work. I'm still overseeing the scripts. I'm still looking at the most of the final drafts before they go line. Comic-Con was not my thing. I never saw the final draft. The script was mine. The initial draft of the script was mine.
Okay.
I was supposed to deliver it, but then again, here's a card to that video. Do not watch it if you haven't. I haven't watched it myself. That I did not see the final draft. So do not blame me. Barry Allen is the fastest man. Guys, I beg you to go. I will leave another tweet below Sundar's haircut tweet. Okay, of course, if you haven't retweeted Sundar's haircut tweet, do retweet it. But below that, I'll leave a link to another tweet.
We need 4,000 retweets.
No. You can't change it like this. Okay, it's 3,000. We've achieved
4,000 for the Harris retweet.
No.
Harris tweet.
They don't have to retweet it. You just have to watch it. Watch it.
I mean, we want it to spread,
That's fine. I mean, dude.
Grant Custon watches it.
They watch it. Okay, they watch it. They're gonna wanna retweet it. They're gonna wanna hit like.
All right.
Okay, so please watch it. That's like a part of last week's Ash Answers that I cut out, and we actually did something special surrounding it. So please go watch it. That was. I actually fell down from the seat I was on and I started laughing. So it was like that. But then, yeah, that's that. So that's it, guys. So I might not be around a lot, but I'm still going to be helping out with scripts and everything, and I'm going to try to be around as much as possible. But with the new office, and see, basically this is what it is. I really want to build PCs. I'm bored of smartphones. I'm bored of dealing with brands who want to dictate terms on how coverage comes out. I would rather do something like smartphone builds and stuff. PC builds. What the hell is wrong with me? Yeah, PC builds and stuff. But we really don't have the space, so we're still in the same office. This is just, here's our regular wall. We sit this way, I just turned around, just bored. And again, that's the status of the air conditioner, by the way. So we need to move, and once that's done, you're gonna see a lot more varied coverage. But to do that, I will have to take some time off right now. So my apologies for that. And I guess that's it. I'm gonna end my rambling. If you did like this video, go ahead, give it a big thumbs up. If you did hate it, look at Sundar's poor face. I mean, if you vote it down, he'd probably go shave again. So, but then again, if you want to see him shave, you can vote it down. But yeah, that's that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button down below. And if you have already subscribed,
hit that bell icon
to make sure you get notified each and every time a new video goes live. I mean, that is if you select all.
Yeah. Do select all.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to see every single video we put out, right?
Not Comic-Con, but
except
overall.
Maybe you won't see that kind of videos again.
I don't know. I never watched it. I mean, I knew if I watched it, that would never make it.
Maybe.
Yeah. But then it was a beautiful concept. I really liked it.
And beautiful implementation.
You guys tell me how it was. So anyway, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this is Ash here from C4E Tech, along with my co-host Sundar. And this is the reason why you tuned in to watch this week's episode of Ash Answers. So here we go. The moment you've all been waiting for. The one, the only. After 2 to 3 weeks, 2 weeks probably, you've been waiting for this. There have been memes created around this.
You've seen the GIFs on all my videos.
Yeah, but then you haven't seen the legendary.
It was something else he was trying to talk about, but then.
But here it is, the original version with the freaking head shake.
Leaving for the moment.
With the head shake. I just said, I promised
I did shake my head.
Okay, do it. I'm just.
Leaving for the moment.
There was no shake. This is a shake. Let's do it.
Leaving for the moment.
Have a nice day. Bye now. So those are all the questions Sundar picked for this episode of Ash Answers.
You did.
So those are all the questions that Sundar Software picked for this episode of Ash Answers.
You did.
So those are all the questions that Sundar picked for this episode.
I picked like 4 or 5 questions, and that was for the previous week.
So those are all the questions that Sundar picked for this episode of Ash Answers. Okay, those are all the questions that I picked for today's episode of Ash Answers.